Welcome to Lesson 6 for Blogging for Badasses, our content marketing course on blogging. This one's called Your Badass Message is Everything. Everything. Building a blog isn't enough to have it work into your branding plans. To really make it do its job, you have to set a plan into action for populating it with content. Ideally, this content will support your branding efforts while pulling in traffic from the internet. As we've already said, traffic readers can equate your increased business to you. Can equate to increased business to you. This means your plan needs to be solid and your content must appeal to your target audience. Before you can set the tone and establish guidelines for your content, you will need to identify your target audience and brainstorm on what types of material will best appeal to them. Once you have ideas in place, you'll also want to consider how to best gain the attention from the search engine. Using the right search engine optimization or SEO techniques can pay off here with traffic and exposure elsewhere on the internet. So first off, know your target audience. We'll go over this in great detail in the Pickup Daily /PSU email marketing course, but it's important to know who you're writing your post for. Who is your target audience? This might be the most important question facing you as you move forward with plans to build your brand through blogging. If you don't know who your likely readers are, you will not be able to tailor content and pull them in and keep them coming back. There are a number of things you can do to determine your target audience. If you have the funding, you can hire a market research company to assist in generating demographic information as it relates to your brand and its products or services. If you can't afford market research, then you can ask yourself these questions to focus your efforts better. 1. Who are my products and services for? If you're trying to build a brand name for baby care products, chances you already know your target audience. You'll want to pull in young mothers and fathers and perhaps grandparents. Your blog post will need to appeal to them and will need to offer them information and even advice they can use. Who would I like my products and services to also appeal to? Going back to these baby products, perhaps you have a great customer base of parents already, but would like to increase sales through grandparents and friends. In this case, your target audience would also include these people. That means you want to make sure your message and posts appeal to them also. Am I going after an unusual niche? Maybe you don't sell products at all, but you want your brand or blog to appeal to a specific kind of reader. If, for example, you're a woodworker and your blog will be about this niche topic, then you'll want to set your message to appeal to beginners, novices, and even pros involved in this hobby. Once you have a good idea of who your blog will target, it can help you better plan content and style guidelines. These are important for assisting you in selecting and or creating content that not only builds your brand, but also appeals to your desired audience. Tips for setting the tone and style. Having a basic outline of what can and cannot appear on your branding blog is very useful. You want to make sure that posts are consistent and build up the brand while sending the right messages to your target audience. Some of the things to consider, including your guidelines, are the basic writing style. Do you want your blog to be highly informational and conversational? Perhaps you'd like to create a news blog and establish yourself as an authority on a specific topic. You do have freedom in determining the writing style, but keep in mind your goals, your targets, and your audience when you're doing so. Once you select a style, try to stick with it so your readers know what to expect, and they know what they expect when visiting your blog. The types of posts you'd like to appear on your blog. With your target audience in mind, brainstorm the list of the kinds of posts that would be acceptable and those that might not be. If you're selling baby products, you might want to post about your products, baby care in general, and even healthcare. Related posts about how mothers can better care for themselves could also fit in quite well, but you might not, however, want content that deals with raising teenagers. Keep your focus area fairly tight, and you can establish your brand and your credibility much easier. The rating of your blog. Will your target audience be mostly adult, or is it likely that children will also visit your site? Keep this in mind when setting the rating for your content. If your branding efforts are meant to sell specific certain products that might appeal to an entire family, you'll want to think G or PG in regard to ratings. If you happen to sell racy, intimate products, or you're building a brand and news site related to adult topics, the punchier R rating may be more in order in regard to the content and style of writing. Again, it's very useful to define your target audience first and set content guidelines accordingly. Most Pickup Daily content concerning sex and intimacy will be offensive to general readers. As a result, we get banned from advertising on multiple platforms. We're completely demonetized on YouTube. When you know your audience and you focus your content towards your desired readers, you will be well on your way to creating and selecting content that serves your purposes perfectly. Still, you're going to need to know how to reach out and pull in visitors. Search engine optimization can help out immensely here. The ABCs of SEO. Like I said, there's another course coming up in the PSU dashboard for SEO in general, but this course is much more comprehensive than this summary that I've done here, but it's not done yet. Use this for now, and I'll update it later with the massive course. Search engine optimization, or SEO for short, involves manipulating the content of a website to work search engines like Google, Yahoo to your advantage. When people use search engines, they type in keywords and keyword phrases. These queries result in the search engine delivering a listing of sites that best fits the terms the users typed in. So like when you Google something, shit comes up that's supposed to be relevant. Ideally, you want your blog to show up high on the list when the terms related to your niche are punched in by potential readers. To make this happen, your blog will need to target specific keywords and phrases related to your niche. You'll want to use these words and phrases frequently, but logically within your content, on meta tags, photos, and more. You don't want to go overboard and stuff keywords into content, but you will want to make sure the best use of words and phrases that are related to your niche. Selecting the right words. Choosing keywords to build a blog around isn't as difficult as it sounds. Google even has programs that can help you select words and phrases that are commonly used by searchers to find the information and products related to your niche. If you like a lower tech way to go, you can even sit down with a pad and a pen and just brainstorm words that fit in with what you're trying to do and what you're trying to teach. To target your use of keywords on your blog, consider such things as what you do. If your blog will be a dedicated selling a particular product, then you'll want to rank high for the brand name, of course. You'll also want terms related to it. If you sell dating advice, for example, consider the words related to your products that go beyond the brand name. Pick up artist, pick up girls, get my ex back, and so on might be the terms worked into your content on a regular basis. Geographical cues. Sometimes it can pay to use geographical cues within the SEO efforts. If you're a doctor in New York, for example, chances are you want to pull in highly targeted readers. While you might not mind visitors from California, your business would benefit more from visitors in your own home state or city. With this in mind, temper your keywords with geographical cues when possible. If you're a life coach in Queens, you might want to attract readers who are looking for Queens life coaches, Queens life coaching. If this is the case, then use terms in your post to boost your rankings. When picking terms for SEO purposes, it's often best to have a fairly decent-sized list to work with. If it's your plan to update your blog daily, working only with custom baby blankets can become highly repetitive and way too quickly. Just create a well-defined list and work the chosen words into content as much as possible without losing the clarity of your posts. Super simple. Why SEO matters. Taking the time to work an SEO plan into your blogging content is an extra step that you probably didn't count on. It can, however, greatly boost your branding efforts and help launch your site off onto the path to success. There are a number of reasons why it pays to consume SEO in your overall branding and blog marketing plan. They include the potential traffic. Search engines do provide an outlet for free advertising. When you manage to rank high for your selected search terms, you'll gain traffic, which can increase your branding success and even your sales. Targeted nature of the traffic. So when people visit your site, you want them to be interested in what you have to offer. It doesn't matter whether it's a product, service, or just information. If your visitors arrive from searches related to your niche, they will be more likely to be interested in what you have to sell or say. The pre-sell factor. If a visitor finds your blog because he typed in toothbrushes for sale, and that's your business, then that visitor is already in a buying frame of mind. This can translate to a near instant sale of your products to suit his needs. Linking. When you rank high with the search engines, your blog can gain interest publicity from other sites on the internet. The more credibility and ranking you gain, the more likely it is that other sites will quote yours and refer to it. This can help you increase your branding efforts and enable you to gain even more free recognitions for what you're already attempting to do. It will help the backlinks of all your social content. When your SEO is optimized for Google, it's basically optimized for everything else. YouTube and Slide Deck will rank you higher, your resulting hashtags will get you more Instagram, Twitter, and Pinterest hits, and your audience will find exactly what they're looking for when they come in from another social media source. Content pitfalls to watch out for. Maintaining a blog can take some effort, and it's easy to fall into some traps that can hurt your search ranking engines and even your brand image. Some of the potential pitfalls to watch out for include keyword stuffing. Keywords and phrases are very important for gaining recognition for the search engines. They do not, however, trump the need for quality in your content. Use keywords where they naturally fit into content, but don't force them. Posting for the sake of doing so. God, Pickup Daily did this for a year. Fucking useless. Remember, you are trying to build up a brand image. This means you want to truly appeal to your visitors. The best way to do this is to offer content that will be of interest. Don't just put anything out there in hopes you'll pull in traffic. Take the time to consider unique and interesting posts. It's better to skip on a few days if you must than just post for the sake of doing so. Duplicating content. Refrain from posting the same thing over and over again. Duplicate pages will be spotted by frequent visitors, and they can hurt you in regard to your search engine rankings. Google will straight kill your ranking if they catch you using duplicate content without properly tagging it. Much too complicated for this guide, so just don't post it twice and you'll be okay. Borrowing content. Don't steal shit. PLR content is cool with modifications, but as a rule, you need to write your own content and provide attribution when you use other people's stuff. At best, Google kicks you out of the searches, and at worst, you get a cease and desist from someone threatening legal action who has a whole lot more goddamn money than you. While it is acceptable to quote other sources in your content, don't just borrow it without giving credit where credit's due. When you quote another site and you give credit, this creates a link to the original site, which is important. We'll discuss the reason for this shortly. Once you have put together a rough plan for your post, the search engine terms you'll use, and your message, then you'll need to start populating your blog with content. The maintenance of the blog can make or break its effectiveness in helping with overall branding efforts.